heard and soon to be seen. Um,
Oh, good.
that was an awesome session there with John and the folks of Tiered of Air. Let's go ahead. Katie, you have disappeared.
Uh-oh. We
I'm
we lost
here.
her.
I'm
Yay.
here.
Okay. Well, we can hear you. If you can get your camera back on.
Yeah, I will.
We'll go
She
ahead
broke it.
and go video live, and we'll jump right on into what happened last time.
Oh, just right into the session recap. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yep. Let's go ahead and jump right into that. Make sure everyone's in
Okay.
There they are.
Okay, are we all in the right order? We
Yep.
good? We're good?
Yep,
Okay.
you go ahead.
So, it's been a few weeks, so welcome back, everyone, for Fall Red Dawn. We started off last week by being in the performers' carriages area. We set Moore and Duke's carriage on fire. My character, Vantalor, detected an evil presence from one of the 9 realms of hell. Raja saw a face in the fire that was within Moore and Duke's carriage. Jubilee went under the carriage, found a pentagram. She proceeded to touch it. I don't know why, but she did. Got very, very burnt.
Jubilee, what do you mean?
While she's touching said pentagram, she heard a voice that says, "You're not his, you're mine." Female voice, of course, and I can't do it. Jubilee tried breaking the pentagram, couldn't. Eventually, she went out unconscious. My character pulled her up by her ponytails, as that's all he could reach. We tried opening the contracts, still found them blank. The people that signed the contracts said they can't remember that night. It's a fog in their mind. We killed another spine devil on the way out. Jubilee kept hearing the woman's voice in her head. Vantalord, after we killed everything, Vantalord lit the main tent on fire. Zaharis said that in order to read the scrolls, we may need something that can read through invisibility. After that, Raja let Jimmy go. Rip, Jimmy, you will be missed, as he broke the mirror that he came out of. And we finished the session by bringing 17 circus members back to town with us. 3 of them stayed with us, Jubilee's parents and Ignacia, and the rest went to the Temple of Palor. There was some text roleplay that a couple of us got in on.
Prophecy.
Vantalord came up with an idea on potentially how to read the scrolls. We haven't done it yet, so I'm not going to say what I've got in mind. Read the text roleplay. Bram visited us, told us about a fight that broke out in the tavern with Gorgana, who's the taxidermist, and a woman with vibrant red hair. Gorgana stated this was a human-orc mix named Jezebel. She also stated that Thea knows what the scroll said that we got from Dovik's Pass with those monsters. And finally, Raja and Vantalord went to Thea. We bought a glass eye for the fortune teller. Thea said that when the full group is back, she'll tell us what the scroll said from Dovik's Pass. Thea also said that the monsters that we fought reproduce potentially after siphoning off all of someone's life force. She also told us some things that she may have for sale, and she may be able to recharge some of our magic enchantments. And from there, Raja and Vantalord went back to the house. There was a lot of text roleplay because we had 3 weeks roughly.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. But great job covering all those details. That's a pretty good synopsis of everything that did happen.
And I kept it under 5 minutes.
You kept it under like 30 seconds. Did I say that it was a half orc human?
You said a human orc mix. That's what you told me. It was a human orc mix named Jezebel.
Okay.
She was a witch.
Slip of the finger. It's a human. Jezebel's a human.
You know what? That's not even fair.
And,
how dare you?
And as I said to Skylar after I had typed all that out to you guys, was sarcasm or phraseology is kind of hard in medieval, like this kind of setting. So just as a point of clarification, when Kagana was explaining her to you, right? Because that's who was explaining this.
Yes, Kagana.
She was calling her a witch.
Yep.
No. Like if I say Taylor is such a witch.
Gotcha.
Oh, like the B word, but with a W.
Okay.
Yes.
Personality trait, not a.
after sending that, I was thinking, I was like, oh no. I mean, she may or may not be, but Kargana was simply calling her a witch, like this horrid person, this person that she can't stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So, but yes, Jubilee was identified as a human, not a human orc.
Not Jubilee, Jezebel.
That's what I meant. Slip of the
Jubilee is
tongue.
a half elf.
Yep.
For anyone who's
Um,
unsure.
It's already flustered. We're like 5 minutes.
Already flustered. But hey, you know what? I'll put you guys on your toes and remind you that today's session is called Pandora's Box.
That's not concerning at all.
Not at
No,
all.
not at all.
Also, before everybody starts to comment, I know my water bottle disappears when I drink out of it, so you can make all your comments now, and then every time you see me pick up a liquidy clear thing, it's my water.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
It happened last week, and last time we played, and I got so many comments in the chat. People were like, "Your water bottle looks crazy."
That's great.
Oh. So you all find yourself in the home being basically lent to you indefinitely by Bram. And you have spent the night here. Raja and Vantalord, as explained, went into the city for a little bit this morning and have returned.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where you find
I'm gonna
yourself.
say Yep. So I'm guessing the house still smells like breakfast, the bacon and eggs, because I cooked enough to feed like 14 regular-sized people, or 4 dwarfs. So everyone should be fed. I look over at Raja and I was like, "Are you still feeling off?" Because I know the entire walk here, something didn't feel right.
Yeah. It's not such a something's gonna happen soon, but like something is definitely not over.
Yeah, just this whole thing with the circus and more, and I don't know if that's what's bothering me or if it's what.
It's almost like the feeling that you get when you forget to do something, but you know you forgot to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But let's see if we can get these scrolls figured out. Last night, just while I was when I woke up, I just had the idea. As I say that, I go and grab the hand mirror, and I look at Cricket. I'm like, Cricket, can you hand me one of those scrolls that you got that's already opened?
Yeah, sure thing. And I'll just hand him one of the random scrolls.
Alright. Well, this worked at the statue. Why
Make
not?
sure that it's mine that you gave him. I know there's no way for you to know which one that is, but make sure.
Yeah, I don't know how to figure that out, Jubilee, but maybe if you why don't you pick the one then? Because maybe there'll be some psychic connection and it'll be your scroll.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe we'll get lucky. How about Jubilee holds it open while I plan on doing it? Because it's going to be kind of hard to do with one hand.
All right, Jubilee, take your pick, and I'm just gonna hold the bag open. She can pick out whichever one. You
Jubilee,
feel
like
led.
a dog, leans down and starts sniffing through this.
Okay. This one.
Alright. As she opens it up, I grab the mirror and I'm gonna stand just right beside Jubilee with my hand out, so Jubilee and I can both see what pops in the mirror as we point it towards the scroll. Do we see anything?
Okay. As you turn the mirror to the paper remains absolutely blank. But in the mirror, you start to see a fading, a glimmering.
Oh, finally! Oh,
Yes!
it took so many sessions.
So is this a 3-person job? One person's reading, one person's holding, and one person's holding the mirror. Just like a pew, pew, pew.
Probably have several people reading if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
And where's
Am
the ring at? Vantalord, I
The
believe you
last-
are wearing
I
it.
think.
Yes, I have the ring.
So as you're holding the mirror, you also notice that blue inscription show back up. And if you recall what it said,
Okay. I do.
First bound, then absolved, now absorbed.
Now absorbed. Yes. Beat me to it.
Sorry, it's right here in front of me.
Yep. Session 20.
so what do you all
So,
do?
So-
this is like a handwritten contract, like. Okay, I'm curious about what it
Can
looks
we
like,
walk
what it
off and start
says.
reading this? Yeah.
You trying to read it?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
Make a will save.
I know, right?
Jubilee, Jubilee.
No, don't.
No.
Sorry. So, does that mean I can get my reward, Rory?
Yeah, after the session.
Sweet.
Is Ignacia still unconscious?
Ignatius is unconscious. For all those who are maybe confused by what was just said, I offered XP to whoever could figure out how to reveal this. And
Oh, come on.
eventually, one of y'all figured it out. As you start to read the contract, you notice it follows suit with a typical, very typical for the times type of legal document, binding the individual not only to Morin Duke, but unable to use that then enhanced ability to
Surpass.
no, I can't think of it, but against him. And
Like
so,
an NDA.
well, that's non-disclosure, but like a non-compete. So you know you're bound, Jubilee, as you're reading this, and it starts to refresh your mind on what that contract is actually saying. You're not able to purposely act against him in such a way that would circumvent or undo his circus.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't necessarily prohibit you from, like you did, running away, but you can't use your enhanced skills against him. And it's very, again, legalistic in every way it's written. You do notice, though, that as you're holding that mirror, as the contract's being held, there's a spot on the actual contract that starts to illuminate. A bit of a circle that is outlined in blue. Some of the stuff that you read in this contract, Jubilee, about you did find your contract, is that it's an enhancement of choice. And although that's the phrasing, it's an enhancement on an individual that amplifies an ability they already have to a pretty profound extent. And so that is how you've gained this extraordinary ability. I believe for you it's anything kind of acrobatic-like. And so it's through this contract you've gained that, and you can kind of deduct that it's probably the same for the rest of them.
Well, so this blue illumination, does this look like you could put the ring against it? Is it like the same size?
Seems like it.
You just took the word out of my mouth.
Can I see that for a second?
Yeah, as I do that, I take the ring off and I hand it to her.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Really?
I'll line it up in the mirror against the paper.
Okay. And we're watching.
When Vantalor takes that ring off his hand, although the blue inscription stays around the ring on the paper goes away.
Wait a second.
I wonder if the I think that maybe that the person who's wearing the ring is like the only one who can write the contract or like change the contract. Like I wonder if you wear the ring, Vantalor, and you try and write on it or something like that, could you change it, or could you do some like, you know, I think maybe it's something like that. I don't know.
Or did I just do everything?
Or does he have to touch the spot?
Jubilee, you're sometimes your voice is so high that it can't be perceived except by human ears.
What'd you say, Rihu?
So, or maybe you wonder if he has to touch the spot on the contract, like with the ring on.
I am what they call a human dog whistle.
So I reach out to Jubilee and I'm like, I think I need that ring back. Can I? Alright, so I grab the ring back. I put it back on my hand on my ring finger, and I'm guessing I see that blue re-illuminate. Correct?
Correct.
Is it on the paper that blue ring's illuminated, or only in the mirror?
On so the ring, although you can see it in the mirror, it actually. Hey, D&D wise old man. Thanks for joining us. It's actually on the paper. It's the one thing actually on the paper that you can see.
I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna literally touch for that blue ring. That blue ring is just to see what happens. And as I'm reaching down to touch it, I'm gonna look at Julie or Cricket and the rest of them and say, "Hey, does anyone got a quill, a writing quill or something?"
Hold on, I'll check my inventory because I'm not sure.
I certainly do not.
Vantalord, as you touch the ring to the contract, and you start to ask this question.
I don't, but I have a music box.
You see this contract start to, from that point out, you see this wave of blue electricity followed by almost like a glow of an ember, like when paper burns and it still has that red edge that's crawling through the rest of it. This entire page starts to turn red, like a wave of red, like it's burning on fire. And then right behind it, immediately turning black. So imagine a wave of red followed by then blackness. Whoever's holding it, although you see that there's almost this ember burn coming towards your hands, there's absolutely no heat. So even as that redness passes your hand, there's no heat.
My hands again, please.
Afterwards, the blackness, the page doesn't even break in ashes. But then as soon as, and this takes a matter of just moments, and just the red passes, everything turns black. You hear a bit of an audible sound as then the paper it expands into the air in a matter of dust particles. You hear a gushing of wind, and you see it just in a streamline form and get absorbed into the ring.
Hey, I think we know how to break contracts.
Wait, did we break it or did we make it worse?
Well, I think we can test that. Let's try and do some.
I
yeah.
do.
Like, Jubilee, are you now bound to Vantalord instead?
My precious. No.
Or does that mean that all of my special abilities are gone?
Right, also that. Try doing some flips in the air.
Ooh.
Did Vantalor get any special abilities?
You're
Like
now
intelligence,
really good
no.
at acrobatics.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to Do you mind walking on my hands and throw some daggers with my feet?
Sure. Let's go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
See, now the real question is, am I just gonna roll bad or did I lose my ability? It's up to the dice to find out now.
Ooh. That's a 21.
Plus your modifier.
What do you mean my modified modifier?
Because it's the enhancement, right? So is that with your... Okay.
Yeah, that's with my +8.
Okay. So you just pop up on your hand, you walk on your hand, you easily just flip a hand up and throw a dagger between your feet, and everything seems normal.
I think it's fine.
You do hear Ignatius over in the corners. Oh.
Is he awake yet?
He is slightly waking up, but still in quite a bit of pain.
Oh, you're awake. Do you have bacon?
Wait, let's find Ignatius's contract and burn it too. Maybe that'll wake him up.
Should we not just burn all of them?
Well, we don't know for
I
sure
was-
that it's good, so I feel like we don't want
I
to risk
feel
it.
okay. I feel fine.
Just do a mass burning. Just put all the papers in a stack and just.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Just put a rock on both sides. I'll hold the mirror up and go blink, 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 blink. Just touch all the way down. Reach out and touch someone. Just trying to think. Do I notice anything with
Trying to
the
think there's any
ring?
downside because they're already bound, right? And they're already under this contract. There's already issues. So I don't know if there's something more we can make worse.
Wait, okay, so it makes sense because first bound, now absolved, then absorbed. So the contract got absorbed into the ring. So does that mean it's done? I think that means it's done.
It would complete the three lines on the ring.
That's what I'm thinking. Do I notice anything different of the ring other than just the ashes from that contract came into it?
Mm-mm.
You know how we
Like
could actually test it?
I
don't
if
know
want
what
to
the-
know.
I don't know what the real phrase is, but whatever that thing is Raja said to you, the guy you all worked up when we were back at the caravan.
You
Right.
really want me to test it?
Oh no.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe.
To be fair, that's definitely how we would know. Wait. Okay. I have an idea. Here's what we do. Tie me to a chair. And then do it. Because if something happens, I'll be tied to a chair and I can't do anything about it.
All right.
I will say, according to you, she said that that you are hers, you're not his. So are these
Right.
contracts also hers, or are they his?
Well, that's the thing is it seems like anything that he does has her intention behind it. So I don't know.
I'm assuming he is hers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But let's just try this.
The weird thing is that you can still walk on your hands and throw stuff with like your feet. So that's why I'm like nervous it's not actually working.
But how much is natural and how much is
Right. Maybe you're just real talented,
I've
Jubilee.
got a lot of practice over the years.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's tie you to a chair.
Uh,
So
as
it's
they're
not
doing
like
that-
too tight, but like tight enough you can't get out.
I am sorry that I'm gonna have to do this. So, and
I
I'm saying that as you're
suggested
tying.
it.
All right. Once she's tied up, I look at her and I go, Jubilee, 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 come back to me.
You wait. You wait. The pit inside of your stomach grows, Jubilee. Anxiety builds, making you want to vomit. You feel the pressure in your throat. But nothing happens.
What?
Burn them all. Burn them all.
Burn those contracts.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
You're still here, like you're still normal.
Well,
Well, as normal as
that's
she
I
can
mean,
be.
questionable,
you
but-
know, Normal for you, I mean.
Because it really, if you think about it, there are the two voices that are typically in my head, his and hers, and then there are the other ones. So, how, you know.
You hear your parents in the background, just a sigh of relief just comes over them as they know you're here literally because of them in multiple senses. They just come over to you and embrace you in just a massive hug while you're still tied to the chair.
Wait, this is. She's just. This is precarious.
Let's just free all the other people too.
Okay, so I going through this, and obviously it's probably gonna take a little bit of time. 5-10 minutes roughly, just to get them all undone and.
Like an assembly line, like we're scanning our
Yeah,
groceries.
exactly.
I'll pull them out, you burn them.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm guessing you still have to use the mirror though in order to read each one of them. It just doesn't take, it just doesn't show the circle. You actually have to read it in the mirror so it appears.
Just to be safe, we should follow the same process we did for this one.
Okay. So I repeat this over and over each one. I hold the mirror up and I wait for that blue circle to show up. As I'm doing this, is there any that don't show that blue circle?
Ooh, good
So you hold the first. What's up?
No, she was saying that was a good question.
Oh. As you hold the second one up, right? So Jubilee's was the first one. You hold the second one up, and you can see that it does have the same general layout as the previous one. You see this one is Ignatius. As you hold the mirror up, the ring gets close to the paper. That circle appears on the paper itself. You place your ring to it, and again, that red line, as if the paper's burning, waves or washes over the page. Everything turns black. You hear that audible crack, and then the gush of wind as the particles and stream into the ring.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel okay? Does anything hurt? Does anything break? Do you feel less good at what you do?
And he's like in the middle of a mourn as it's feels good to be able to breathe again. And the relief just comes over his body.
Score one for the good guys.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna go through just like assembly line and work through these one by one.
As you do that to the third one, you see this one is Iman Doyle, or you know him as Whip Crack Jubilee. Vantalord, same thing. You see it's his. You put a ring to it. Same thing happens. The paper, the gush, the particles streaming into being absorbed into the ring. As you get a sensation that washes over you. One that it almost sounds like a whisper in your mind. And it's on the edge of your ability to understand it, right? It's almost like it's just almost audible to be able to understand the words, but you get a sensation out of it. And from this whisper, this sensation is like a smile, and
like an evil smile, like a
well done, and one that is like that. It's like, well done, child.
Assuming this is like linked to like Palar.
So this is what you're feeling in your mind, Vantalord, is after the third one, you get this well done feeling blended with exhaust. Not you personally being exhausted, but a sense of exhaustion. So when you try to absolve and absorb the fourth contract, it actually doesn't work. Nothing happens. The mirror shows, you can read the contract. The blue light shows, the blue light, both the inscription on the ring as well as on the contract, almost fade. It's there, it's strong, and then before you can put your finger to it, it just fades out.
What happened?
I almost have this feeling that whatever is finalizing these contracts, bringing them to an end, is tired. Makes me wonder if we need to do these in small batches. You know, a couple a day.
Well, we could do that, but also, where is Lord Duke? Like, do you think he knows that the kids? Can he feel that this is happening? You think?
And that's... I look at Raj, I'm like, I wonder if this is that bad feeling that we had on the walk back from Athea's.
What bad feeling?
Really can't describe it other than just there's a feeling that's just, it's almost like an itch. You ever get something that's on your mind that you can't quite point out? Something just, when Raj and I were walking back, he and I were talking about it, just something didn't feel right, but we can't quite point it out. And I don't know if it's because of, you know, when we fought more Duke and he just vanished into thin air, or if it's regarding what Zara told me at the fair of, you know, shadows all around me, or if it's, you know, taking time for these contracts. I know either way, when I went to Athea's earlier this morning, I did pick up a glass eye for Zara. That way she could try to expound upon that fortune she gave me, or misfortune in this case, potentially. But Athea did say either way, if we all came back to her shop, she would tell us what the scrolls said that we got from Devil's Pass, that Rihu and myself and Raj have been carrying around regarding those monsters. So I think...
Well, then it sounds like that's the next place we should go.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I do think we should probably keep these contracts close, just so that way they don't disappear. If you want, Cricket, I can carry him for a while.
We didn't have anybody who could restore magical items, right?
Oh, that's probably a good reason to go visit Athea anyway, because she did say she may be able to recharge them. It may take her some time and a fair amount of gold.
Wondered if we could recharge this ring.
If it doesn't recharge on its own, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that only 3 people's contracts have been resolved, and now we still have like
a lot.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, who knows how long it took them to make the contracts? So
Well, we didn't all join at the same time. Like, the circus didn't come together all at once. So they were all made separately.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the good thing is that even though we didn't know they were limited, we at least got yours absolved, Jubilee.
I'm just concerned that it's just a matter of time now until I just can't do anything.
Oh,
But I
you
guess
think-
we'll see.
Do you think it might like drain slowly or something like that?
Well, I'm not sure if it's like, oh, the first time you take a long rest, the first time you sleep for the night, you're going to wake up and nothing works anymore.
Well, if that's the case, we'll just help you retrain.
Yep. Just so you guys know, we have 13 more contracts. We originally grabbed 16 out of Morin Duke's carriage before it went up in flames.
Mm-hmm.
So, just in case anyone's taking notes.
So, what is the plan now? Are we gonna go after more Duke or after those creatures?
I think we
Well-
should rest up here. A lot of us are still pretty injured. But we should maybe maneuver around the town to help us in terms of information.
That's what I'm thinking, especially since, you know, I look at Raja, I'm like, Gorgana said that she ran into that human witch that was caused some trouble at Bram's. We have Thea, who said that she could.
What is this with a witch you're talking about?
Oh. So, last night, I guess, at the tavern, Gorgana saw a very vibrant.
Wait, I don't think I know who Gorgana is either.
Well, maybe we go pay her a visit. She's a taxidermist, for lack of better words.
She's a taxidermist?
Like
Yeah,
she takes dead things and like stuffs them?
Like she does
Yep.
people's taxes.
Oh, I see. So she's like an accountant.
No, she stuffs dead animals
Just ignore
and
it.
mounts them. What's an accountant? No.
Oh, see, when you own your own business, you have to file these things with the government where they get a portion of what you make. It's really kind of a pain in the butt, speaking as somebody's had to do it before.
I love the sarcasm. This is great. This makes me happy. But I do know what Gorganas did that she and Athea figured out the scrolls and she sent them back to Athea's shop. I think that should be our first visit, because one of the things that Athea did tell me is those monsters that we encountered, and I stare right at Rihu and Raja, they may reproduce after totally sucking the life force out of someone and killing them. And
You mean
that
like that
worries me.
creepy thing that you all got attacked by
Yeah.
before we saw the corpse of? You're saying it
Yes.
reproduces by sucking
Killing
life
others.
force?
Yep. That's
Ugh.
what they got out of that.
But disconcerting.
And yeah, and I think
That seems real unnatural.
yeah. Well, and we killed a fair amount of them in the cavern where we found these scrolls, but there was still, I think, 8 of them that we didn't have accounted for.
Kind of like a circle
we
of
still
life
have that
type
ghost?
thing.
Say that again, Raja?
Don't we have a ghost in a bottle? Or
We do.
something in a
There's
bottle?
still one left. Yep.
Oh yeah, the banshee.
What?
You have a what and a where?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remind us. Don't break that bottle, please.
What
Well, like,
bottle?
what if that's
Don't-
one of the souls that
Where
was
we
used?
found these scrolls, we acquired 2 vials. We have smashed one of the vials and found that it contains a banshee that comes alive when you smash the vial.
That sounds really problematic.
Or what if that
It-
skeleton
it
was
is
one of
problematic.
those old-
It's quite vile.
What was that, Raja?
What if the skeleton thing that we threw in the cauldron was one of the sucked up people?
Not a
Yeah,
bad theory.
Well, I think it's decided. Shall we go talk to Athea?
Wait, I thought we were talking to the tax accountant.
No, I think that should be the second stop potentially.
Okay, so we're avoiding taxes for another day.
All right. We're just gonna delay filing them.
I need an extension.
I look at Raj. I'm like, shame on you for even starting this. Boy, you guys
I don't
really
know,
are.
I feel like if anybody was into government evasion, it's all of us. So.
We better. I say I try not to be government evasion. I mean, my dad was a bodyguard for one of the Dwarven kings.
That means he is the government.
Right. That means he's the worst offender of all. He probably didn't file anything.
Just listening to all this as I'm sitting back in the corner, I'm just gonna say they can't get you if you don't stay in one place long enough.
Real secret background in embezzlement that we didn't know about or something.
Wow. Wow. What is happening on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I want to go to the one building that has smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, what is happening on the screen? It's just like,
Oh, you're talking about Tailspire. I
Oh,
thought you
yeah.
meant filing your
Uh-huh.
taxes.
I mean, also that. Tailspire is just stuck in like a loop of ocean.
Yeah.
As all those viewers are like, these people are crazy.
Maybe
It's
if I
a secret
reload
building
it.
with smoke, and that means it's important. Oh,
Alright. Well,
so,
did everyone
yeah.
get fed? Do I need to make any more food for anyone? I know bacon is always one of my favorite breakfasts.
At the sound of bacon, you see Bear, who's been just like sleeping on the ground, curled up. Just his head peeks up and looks over, like, did someone say bacon?
I look at Bear, I'm like, what, did I not give you enough earlier when I was cooking it?
There's never an end to his love of any sort of meat food.
I understand.
And so you.
I look at him like, well,
Go ahead.
when I do lunch, I promise I'll cook you some more bacon, okay, buddy?
yeah.
What's up?
Yep,
Muted.
you are muted.
Uh,
Rory doesn't love us.
Mm-mm. He was
So-
sick of our tax talk.
so
It
you
was very
guys,
taxing.
you guys make your
Take
way
an
up.
account of it.
You guys make your way up the mountain, from the base of it where you're at, and you actually, and Vantalord, you've been there before, but although you need to follow the path.
Wait,
the
I
most
thought we were
part.
going to Athea's.
Right, she's in the city, and then this whole
Oh.
place is on a bit of a small
I
mountain.
don't think I realized this was on a mountain. All right.
No, it's like a large hill, small mountain, at the edge of the forest. And so, as you make your way up, Vantalord, knowing the way to the temple, you're able. Oh, you're not going to the temple. You're going to Thea. So you make your way up into essentially the center of the city. I think I'm gonna have to reload Tailspire.
You broke it.
So you make your way up and into the city. And as you do, you see that the people have started to move around.
Oh, I liked that. It was like good.
I was jamming out.
Good vibes.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
You see the people.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. So you see the people, and they're moving around, and you know exactly where Thea's shop is. You've been there multiple other times, so you're able to find her, and the door is open
On
as.
this on the stream, Rory, you're
There you go.
there's a bunch of code and errors.
There you
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're
That's
good.
just tail. That's just Tailspire reloading.
Calling me an error.
So you
Just
find
half
your
an error.
you find your way to Athea's place, no problem, and door is open. Business is open.
I knock on the door and I'm like, hey, Thea, you back there?
Yep. Just back on over here. And she steps up onto the stool behind the counter so you can see her.
Hey Thea, I know earlier you were talking about the scrolls when I picked up that glass eye from you. And you said you weren't going to tell us what they said until the entire crew is back.
Oh yes, so you got everyone here now?
Yeah, would you be able to enlighten us? Just because I was talking with my colleagues Raja and Ryu, and we're a little concerned about what you potentially, at least the little glimpse that you gave me, regarding how they reproduce.
Oh yes, that
So I
is
was
a
hoping,
that is a little concerning, isn't it?
yeah. So I was hoping that you could enlighten us a little bit more.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Stronghold.
Thanks to the
ooh,
raid.
Thank you, Stronghold. Yes, I can definitely do that. Let's see here. If I get those papers out, give me 1 second. I had to carefully clean them. That stench does not go away. Let's see here.
I just shudder as she says that, because I'm like, I bet you I know what stench you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. There's a few here. Let's see. You had what was it? 5, 6, 7. Make sure I have them all. How many did you give me?
Let's see here. I think there was 7 scrolls that we gave you. I'd have to go back and just jog my memory, but it was a fair amount. Let me.
Okay.
I was not
I
expecting
do
you to ask
believe
me
it was.
that.
I do believe it was 7. So, there's apparently this thing, this creature that was being created. As we've already ascertained, it's unnatural, right? It's some kind of living dead. But beyond that, and she stutters her way through trying to figure out how to exactly explain, you can see the gears turning where she's wanting to just intellectualize it all and explain the arcane behind it. So they often refer to this creature as a Satari. That must be what it is. I can see it repeats over and over through these letters, these notes. And it seems that they've taken different aspects of a few different creatures and blended them, kind of like a what's that creature? Multiple creatures put together. Chimera. There we go. So kind of like that, but not that. Same idea though. So they blended a few creatures. It took them several years to figure this out. So this one, it says that, this one says that the first successful one of these Sataris happened in the year 617. And so that's 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
The Satari displays features of both rat and spider-like extracts. Those apparently are at least the foundational creatures that they used. There are additional unexpected variables within the addition of the burning plague. I don't really recall. I don't know what this burning plague is. Something that they must have blended in with the creatures. This other one from 617, it says the Satari have a soft underbelly, breathing organs, sharp it's hard to read this arcane language, sharp venom-filled fangs, and an innate and undeniable need to feed. The venom slowly immobilizes its victim, allowing the Satari to absorb the victim's life. That's what I thought was pretty concerning last time I told you about this. However, the Satari will not cause its victims to die. Apparently, what it looks like with the arcane, and you see she wants to just go off in her just
The intellectual side almost?
intellectual side of like, just nerd out on the magic. And she reels herself back in and says, it seems as if the host dies, then the creature's not able to extract the life because the life is gone, right? I mean, so it seems like the host has to be weakened to a point where the life can be extracted. This here one, so that's 2 notes. This third one, a year later in 618, releasing the Satari in pairs is vital. So they harvest at the same time, at the same rate to optimize the mating process and reduce the instability stage. So apparently, whoever it is making these tends to send them out in pairs, but I don't know exactly how that works with them being undead. It's kind of weird. Um, let's see. This year one was from 620, so just a couple years ago. From the first two layings, 20 eggs were laid by each Satari. So apparently they can reproduce at a very high volume. Maybe that's why they picked like some of the spider stuff, right? The large hatches or large nests. Back to where I was. 20 eggs by each Satari. To this point, it appears that there is about 80% survival rate. So, I mean, not a small survival rate, but not 100%. This is a weird one though. I don't really understand this one. The spreading of the blue substance has been confirmed to be the shattering of the souls from each Satari among each egg to give life to the undead Satari.
That is.
Is that everything?
I think that was 5 or 6.
So the blue essence is like a soul.
Yeah.
I've never seen a soul.
6.
I'm not sure.
That
Can
was
you-
5, I think.
Okay.
Can you go? Oh,
Yeah.
nope. Go ahead. If
No,
there's more, go ahead.
Yep. So, there's 2 more here. They were stuck together. It looks like that once they harvest from a particular species, they can only harvest from that one again. For example, if it was to harvest a dog, it can't harvest a cat, right? So, if it was to harvest from an elf, it wouldn't be able to harvest from a human. That was a note from last year. Same humanoid as its first victim, and can only absorb and contain so many at a time. Once it's completed, it looks like they need to gather 4 souls before they're ready to reproduce.
So they need to kill 4 things in order to lay 20 eggs.
And then
I don't like that.
And this last note here, it's kind of been smudged a bit. A little hard to read this one, but I can't. Something about the Satari have successfully been created, and it's smudged. The offspring of these, and she kind of figures out the wording, undead and unnatural creatures have begun to spread into the Raker Mountains near the nesting grounds. That's a puzzling one. The Raker Mountains are very long. I would assume you're all familiar with them. It's the mountain range just to the east of us that runs all the way up to the north. And so somewhere in there seems to be their nesting grounds.
I look at Ryu and Raja. I'm like, this is not good.
Isn't Devik's Pass like a pass through the Raker Mountains?
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds. I'm pretty sure that's what we came down. So.
You
So-
closed him square.
Just to be clear, what you're saying, Athea, is that these scrolls, and you all found these scrolls when you were going through Dovik's Pass, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're saying, Thea, that these scrolls sounds like they were written. They sound almost like scientific notes or like a journal of some sort. So you're saying that somebody who wrote these, whatever they were like tracking the Satari creatures, and
Or they study them for like maybe it's
right, or
something
they
that just does this.
or maybe they even made them themselves, or it sounds like they were created by something or somebody, like it wasn't just some sort of natural animal that's been living around for forever, because it says the first one was created 5 years ago.
Wonder if they were created by the individual that I threw into the pot.
You threw an individual into a pot.
I may have grappled a large humanoid type creature, and that is where we found these notes, and thrown them into a cauldron.
And like you threw them into the cauldron, and I'm guessing that they died.
That would be correct.
Were they
Oh.
like some sort of like scientist or something like that?
They were definitely like a spellcaster.
How far from here was that?
How far? What was that?
How far from here is that?
Well,
Like,
it was
a
a
long
3-week.
time ago.
It was about a 3-week journey, so it's been about 4 weeks.
Oh, never. I was going to say we could always go back, but that's pretty far.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, it was hard.
I'm gonna look at Athea, and Athea, did you say one of them referenced something called the Burning Plague?
Oh, that's
Yes, yep. Yes, there was some kind of reference about plague, the burning
Is there
plague.
anything else written around that, or like reference to what what the Burning Plague is?
No, not in
As she
any of
says
these
that,
notes.
That would be a visit back to Father Samuel. He told us about the burning plague. He didn't tell us much about it, but it was something that happened about originally 80 years ago, and it started coming back in the last 2 or 3 years. But there wasn't. Raja had suffered from it right after we had defeated the first batch of monsters, when he pulled me out of the cave with one attached to me. And
What-
pretty much
What is it? Raza, you suffered from it?
I was just sick for a little while because
he got lucky.
I cleaned it out and it was just black gunk inside and then silver cages.
Rory, how familiar does this sound to Cricket?
Roll a roll a history check first.
History?
Yep.
There's no history.
Knowledge history.
Oh, knowledge history. 11.
Okay.
And
You
I'm
can't-
asking not, maybe I should clarify. I'm not asking like, have I read about this, but I'm asking how familiar does this sound with her family?
Yep. So thinking if you can remember anything historically about the burning plague, you can't really, the name doesn't stick with you.
Whoa.
Right?
Thanks to the raid for Robert Hartley with 85. Thank you.
Hey, thank you
Oh,
guys.
thanks for the raid. Okay, so you're saying historically,
Yes.
I don't necessarily.
Yep, because the name doesn't sound familiar to you. However, when you start to think about the symptoms that were described about how Raja was feeling, there you do recall there being tales throughout your family and past generations about some kind of illness that swept the land. That
I
pretty
guess-
quickly hurt, and you seem fairly familiar with the plague, but not by name.
Right. I guess what I'm asking is how similar are the symptoms that Raja is describing to her parents? I don't know if you remember this. Quick look into Cricket's backstory. It's okay.
Pretty familiar. With,
Pretty
with the blight scale fever that was affecting
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty familiar. Yeah,
Okay.
very similar.
Raja, how did you said that like you were sick for a while, but then you cleared it out or something?
Yeah. I actually forgot how I was feeling. No, I was sick, and it was very taxing. But
There was like
I got
black.
over it just fine. The way Father Samuel explained it, it was not a very pleasant road.
There was like black gunk inside of you or something.
Inside of the creature, because I cut it open and tried to like clean it out for the shell, and all it was black gunk, and then there were silver cages.
Was it like black gunk, like it felt like blood, but it wasn't red? Like it felt different?
As she says that, I'm like, it's probably the same black gunk that you guys saw inside these monsters the first time Athea showed it to you. Remember that terrible, terrible smell that you had, and that Athea's already told us that it's horrendous? There's a super sticky black ichor.
Ew.
It's bad.
Yes.
It's bad.
It's very
Oh yes,
bad.
the stuff
Or
was
not like blood.
horrid.
Maybe. I don't know. What is blood like? Is blood also like ichor? I don't even know what ichor is.
Think of it like
Well-
a thick fluid, almost like an oil.
Well,
Then, Yes.
the stuff you're describing, Raja, it kind of sounds like similar to the sickness that my parents had about like a decade ago. And they actually got it from a bunch of our sheep. Like we had a lot of sheep that all got really sick, and I didn't know that it was called the burning plague. We called it something different, the black scale fever, but it like went and spread through all of our herd, and then both my parents got sick when they were caring for them, but they did not recover as fast as you or at all.
That sounds like what Father
It sounds
Samuel said.
special. Because as far as I know, I recovered. Did your parents recover?
No, they died.
And we all just learned something new about cricket.
To each their own, I guess.
Well, Father Samuel did say, like, only one, like, he said 10% of people that got the Black Plague actually lived.
Didn't that old lady die? Like while we were there?
In the background, as you guys are talking about this, discussing these different details, you do hear a loud scream come from outside. Just this utteral, just gut-wrenching scream come from a few hundred yards away.
Well, Cricket, I'm very sorry about your parents and also about whatever's happening outside. gonna go check on that.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, it was a decade ago, so it's not like it happened yesterday. It just
It's
weird.
still sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you learn to move on, you know. But there's a scream, so we should probably go investigate whatever that is.
As she says that, I look at Athena. I'm like, "Thank you for spending the time. I'm sure we're gonna be back. We've got some other questions."
I don't like it when you change the music.
Ominous
Rory.
music.
Yeah, what is this?
The scream continues. As you step outside of Athea's shop, in this moment where you're starting to learn a little bit more about cricket, this unsettling feeling sets in each one of you, especially because as you step outside, you realize the direction that scream is coming.
What
As you-
direction?
As you make your way towards the sound, closer and closer, you realize that it's coming from Corgana's shop.
Uh-oh.
Who's Corgana? Oh, she's the taxes.
The tax accountant.
Taxidermist. She stuffs dead animals.
She's filing our taxes.
Yeah, she's doing taxes. We can't.
We have to
I'd
save her.
scream too.
When you find yourself just a ways away, probably a good 300-ish feet plus some elevation.
300?
I mean, that's a guess.
Football field.
It's pretty far that you. Plus, there's some elevation.
Seems extremely
150 plus the elevation. So you got some distance away. You just walked out of the city, right up here.
Do we see anything
Corgana's
when we walk
Corgana.
outside?
Well, when you step out
I
and
see.
you
I thought
look,
Corgana shot distance.
when you look down at her shop, what you see is her actually stumble out, and you see her gripping her head over and over. She's scratching at her head. She's moving. She's screaming, and suddenly her arms go limp. And Vantalord, all of you guys see her fall down on her back. It's hard to see, but all three of you are familiar with this sight. As there's one of those creatures latched around her neck.
Run to her, run. We're gonna. I mean, I'm running towards her.
How much of a drop is right in front of us?
I'll go.
About 15-foot drops each time.
Okay, then I'll just full
Is there a
sprint.
stairs somewhere? How do we normally go?
I am full sprinting, like,
Yeah.
and
I was
about,
gonna
when we get
jump
to
down.
when we get about 20 feet away from Corgana, I'm gonna draw my sword.
Okay, that's what you're doing, Vant. Are you dropping off the
I'm
ledge,
taking
or are
the
you
most-
moving around to the stairs?
I am moving around to the stairs because I have got no acrobatics.
Okay.
None.
So just so that you can see this here on the screen, you're gonna be moving back around to the north end to come down these stairs.
Yes.
Okay. Rihu, what are you doing? You're all currently right here.
There's nothing. Sorry, I'm just trying to think.
Yep.
I think it's too far. I have a slow fall ability, but I don't think it would save me in this particular scenario. It's a
Well,
little too
and
long.
it's 15 feet, right? So it's not horribly high. It's not shallow, but it's 15 feet of wall, right? There's a retaining wall there.
Oh, I might have messed it up. I thought you said that was 150 feet.
From you to Corgana's shop.
I thought you were saying that's how high it was. I
No,
got
no.
it. Okay.
Each one of these walls is about 15 feet.
I will jump down using slow fall, which means when I land, the fall is as if it was 20 feet shorter. So,
So it's like
As
you're not
long as
even
I can-
jumping.
yep, as long as I can touch the wall while I go down.
Okay. Cricket, what about you?
I'm gonna run as fast as I can, but I'm not jumping off the wall.
Are you following Vantalord the long way around, or are you just trying to like shimmy your way down the wall?
I'm just gonna follow Vantalord the safe way.
Okay. Raja, what about you?
I'm just jumping down
Okay.
because it's only 15 feet.
And Jubilee, what about you? Huh?
I'll take
Parkour,
this.
she said.
Welcome to the shenanigans.
Okay. So each of you take your routes. About 150 feet. Each time you can move about 60 feet. A little bit less for Vantalord there. So it won't take a horribly long time. You are able to move fairly expediently. Being that would be, a half a minute, less than 30 seconds, and you would reach her place.
As they're running, I'm yelling at them, don't get too close to that monster. They are fast. And I'm yelling this to them so that way they can hear.
Okay.
But we have to kill it.
Yeah.
We do, but be careful. They are very quick.
All right. So Vantalord and Cricket go north and then over to the staircase. It's going to take you a little bit longer. You are roughly doubling your distance to go that way. The other three, Raja, Rihu, and Jubilee, you are able to make your way down to that area relatively quick. Again, about 30 seconds, you make your way all the way down to her. You see her. I'm just going to represent all three of you right now. Some kind of error with Tailspire at the moment, so it's kind of lagging. When you arrive, Raja, Rihu, and Jubilee, you see her arms by her side. She is still breathing. Her breath is very shallow. The creature is latched on. It has these long legs that are wrapped around her neck as it's biting onto the front of her neck. These legs are wrapped around to the back. You can clearly see that's how it's holding itself on. And then it has this long tail that is hovering right above her chest.
Does it look injured at all?
No. And it does have, you would see, now that you're seeing it for the first time, actually active, Jubilee, you see that it does have a exoskeleton on it as well.
Okay.
Should we show the picture to the viewers?
I don't have it up at the moment.
Us?
If I'm close enough, I want to kind of. How far can I cast this? 25. So
Vantalord
like
and Cricket, you'll be there soon.
So I like to be that full 25 feet away, and can I cast daze on it?
Sure, I mean, you can, yeah.
I'm gonna try that. So it needs to make a will save.
Okay. So you cast Daze on this creature. As you cast Daze, you see almost no reaction in the creature.
Great.
And then you see the body, the tail. In the moments that you're casting, you see the tail lift, and then as if there's no reaction, but then the tail just slowly drops back down to where it was and just stays there.
Does it keep moving like it's attacking her, or it looks?
It
Like
doesn't look
it's-
like it's attacking at the moment. No, it looks like it's just holding
very
still,
good.
just very still.
Force in there. just want to say, remember, it does not want to kill its host.
Oh, that's true. Would it be really evil then to just kill the thing that they're trying to kill before they kill it, because then they can't do anything with it?
That should be a last case scenario.
Vantalord and Cricket, as you start to come around the corner, around this here building to the right, you come down this staircase over.
Oh.
Hellspire's having a day.
I was trying to render this entire town.
As you're coming down over here to the north, the two of you reach the bottom of the stairs. The three of you standing in front of Korgana, her body getting weaker and weaker. You start to see this blue essence lift into the tail.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. I do not like this.
I'm gonna just ask if anybody does anybody have something sharp to cut that tail right now?
Can I just tackle the tail? Because all the damage that goes to the creature goes into Korgana.
Yeah.
You see
So
the
can
tail whip up as the last bit of blue enters in.
Can I try to? Do I have time to we're not in initiative, right? Like, can I do something?
It's currently still on Korgana's body, but any of that blue light, that blue essence has now fully, it looks like it's finished what it was doing.
Oh shoot!
Bang.
Can I smash it with my Morning Star? Like, try to hit it off of her?
You're trying to hit the
So not
creature?
Yeah, but not straight down.
You're trying to golf it off her.
Yeah, because is it still attached to her, or is it getting off now?
Currently,
I
it
was gonna
looks
say.
currently it looks like it's still attached, but with all of you now there, and with you making this action, go ahead and roll for initiative. So Skylar, go ahead and roll a
gosh.
d6.
This initiative system is not my best friend.
We've tried this before. It's just gonna cling
I got
tighter.
6.
Yeah, we literally have someone here firsthand who has dealt with this.
You know what, though, Vantalord had already took her soul, so I don't really care what happens to her.
Okay. Is Gorgana still alive at this point? Just no soul? Pretty much a walking meh.
Is that a thing? Is that possible?
I'm just asking the dumb question. Why? Because I can.
What'd you get? I got a 4.
6.
Okay. So party has initiative first.
I'm hesitant to do anything because I remember what happened last time we fought this.
I want to hit it with my Morning Star when it starts releasing, because if I just hit it, then it's kind of it's still attached to her, so there's really no point. Because I know these things aren't too difficult to kill.
Oh, they're hard. I'm gonna
Is it
take one of my
gonna-
javelin. How far away from this am I right now? Am I still? My goal is to get 20 feet away from it.
You are. Sorry, just struggling a bit here.
So 2 questions. How far away am I? Can I still see Gorgana alive, or is she completely dead?
You're 55 feet away from it. Gorgana is not moving at all. It's hard to tell if she's living or dead at 60 feet away. But she is not moving.
Okay, I want to get. I'm going up to my original 20 feet, but because I know that's all the further I can get, because I only have 20 foot of movement, so I'm gonna use both my movement and my dash to get to 20 feet away, and
Okay.
that's where I'm staying. And I've got a javelin in my hand at this point, because I
Okay.
have an idea.
So, I'm gonna need you guys' help. But Vandalord, you're right here where this bush is.
Okay,
Remember where you're at.
okay, the bush. Where's my notebook?
Who's next? as this creature is still there. You can see the tail flicks up, aware that you're all there, but is still
I feel
clinging
like-
to her neck.
I feel like Skylar, if Raja was gonna hit it, you should try that
Yeah.
first.
I'll just hit it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Good question. That's, I'm so cold right now. 16.
16 to hit. "16 hits. You're able to step a couple steps,
Is it grappling her still?
or its legs are still around her neck. Yeah.
So would I get advantage because it cannot effectively defend itself? And in that sense, get a sneak attack?
No. No.
1d8. That's not even my dice.
Good try though. Good
Even a
try.
d8. 8. I'm actually frigid right now.
You 8 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
rolled a
take
6.
You take 2 steps forward, you swing your morning sword down, and you clip it on the side of the creature. You can see it takes the hit. You hear the sound of your morning star connect with that exoskeleton, and it apparently had already been letting loose as it lands to the side of Korgana, quickly scurrying back up onto its feet, reminding you how fast this creature is. Jubilee and Rihu and Cricket.
Uh-oh.
You see this creature. Imagine about the size of a upper part of the torso, right? It's fairly large. If you think of a camel spider, large in size.
Oh no! Nope! Nope!
It's like the
Quickly yell out. And
Like
just
a-
say, don't get too close.
about the size of a dinner plate. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
I've seen
ru-
those things in real life.
How can I want to try to take my whip and like grab it by the tail or one of its legs and try to just pull it back.
Don't
Okay.
pull it towards you, Jubilee. Aren't you like the most weak person here right now?
Well, then somebody come over here.
You gonna try to whip it and pull it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, go ahead and
That. Except I feel like that's a terrible idea.
As it is.
Yeah, this never works for me. My weapons are useless, but I don't have any good spells right now. Hey! Oh, darn it. That's a -10, so I got 10.
Wait, did you roll a nat 20 though?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I feel like that matters.
how do you have a -10 on that?
I have a
Yeah.
-10 on my whip and a -8 on my daggers.
I will say,
I don't know if that's right.
There
I don't
are-
That
know if
can't
that's
be-
right.
there are weapon shops here that you could buy.
Enhanced weapon. You
Also, why
assume
is
that I
it-
have money.
Why is it -10? If anything, it should just be neutral.
It's a dex, right? I mean, we'll have to look into that sometime.
But you
We'll have
rolled
to-
a natural 20 still, right?
Yeah. My dex is really good too. I don't know what would make this a -10. None of my mods are really bad.
I don't know. You'll have to
You're
send it
getting
over to me. We'll have to
proficient.
take a look. You know what? Go ahead and roll it again just to confirm. Just to see what happens. Because you did get a
Just-
natural 20. You are really crappy at this weapon, though.
Yeah.
But if you got a natural 20, roll to confirm.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. So,
That's without the modifier though. It's just like a straight 15 on the die.
yep. Oh, so you got a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do hit. It's not a critical though.
Yeah.
You do get this moment of just cracking it just right and it wrapping around the tail like you're wanting. But then you're surprised that you actually landed this. Kind of messed up the additional damage there.
Okay.
It's not you don't have a negative because your hand's all burnt up, do you?
Her hand is still burnt from touching the pentagram.
No, that's your offhand.
That was my offhand. I specifically had said that it was my offhand. I
Yeah.
do remember.
Okay.
So it's 2 damage.
2? Okay. And are you pulling it towards you? Okay.
Oh.
So you whip.
Start rolling your next character. No.
You get the whip to go around the
Ryan's
tail.
face right now.
You pull it towards you. In the moment of you being excited that you actually landed this hit, that you landed this connection around the tail, it pulls towards you. In the same motion, it turns and uses the momentum to come towards you.
See, can I make an action? before
I
it
feel
hits
like you gotta like fling it away.
Over
or
my
something.
shoulder
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Just follow through in the opposite direction.
Cricket and Rihu, what do you two do?
As I see this thing coming, I want to try and intercept it because
Okay.
I obviously know what happens when it gets to somebody,
Yep.
and it's not pretty. So I don't have my spear got broken, so I don't have a long range like sharp weapon, so I have to go in with my fist pretty much at this point. And I'm just gonna try and hit it with an unarmed strike while it's flying midair.
Okay.
Oh, this is.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Alright, well, we rolled an 18 with a plus. Where's my unarmed strike? There it is, plus 5, so 23 to hit. And do I have disadvantage because it's like flying midair or anything?
No, it's on the ground. You're fine.
Oh,
Regular. Because she pulled it, right? And she's
Oh.
pulling it, and it's running towards her, like, ish.
Okay.
Mainly, she's pulling it.
okay.
But I don't think you pulled it into the air, right? You're just pulling it towards you. Like, you whipped it and pulled it. You thrusted it towards you, right, Jubilee?
Right, like I whipped, it wrapped, and then I just pulled forward.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
back.
Okay. I just was seeing it different, so that makes sense. So does 23 hit?
23 hits,
If a
yeah.
16 did.
Okay. So we're gonna. I gotta find my right dice. There it is.
There's a wrong dice?
Alright. So my initial damage was a 4 plus a 2, so 6 points of damage. And I'm
Okay.
also gonna add Stunning Fist onto this because I want this thing stunned.
Okay.
So, it's whenever I hit with an unarmed strike, I stun the opponent.
Okay. So your fist lands straight onto the back. You hear one of the parts of the exoskeleton, you see and hear it just crack as it is stuck in a spot.
And it took that damage too, which was 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So it should be unable to move on its next turn for a round.
Cricket.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Sorry. Okay, you actually need to make a Fortitude saving throw.
okay. In order to be stunned or not stunned?
Yes, correct.
Let's see. Fortitude. Not stunned.
What did you roll? Nat 20?
What do I have to make?
You have to pass a 14.
Oh, okay. Whew. You made me think it was higher than that. No.
Oh, sorry. No, you didn't say what you rolled. So you just said not stunned.
18. Not stunned.
Okay, you're good.
It's like, dang man, how'd it get so high?
I'm gonna try and run as fast as I can to get to the woman who's lying on the ground.
Okay.
Gorgana, is that her name?
Yep.
Yes.
But I don't think I can make it there in one turn. Still, I don't know. Or maybe I can get right up next to her. I have 30
You're
feet of movement.
50 feet away, so if you dash also, you can
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dash up next to her. What do I see? Does she look like she's breathing at all, or is she just completely lifeless?
When you look at her, not only does she look limp and still, her eyes empty of the light inside, and not even just this lack of life that happens when someone passes away, but literally like a soul-sucking emptiness in her eyes, like a darkness in her eyes, as her body lays there absolutely limp. Even to some extent, you see in the skin that the when we look at skin and we can tell that there's life and energy in our skin, even the skin seems dry, pale, lifeless.
I don't think she made it, y'all.
Well, I thought that the whole point was that she doesn't die.
Maybe it finished feeding.
So do they die when they? Oh, so they suck the whole life force out. Is that how it works?
Right, like they have to be weak to do it, and then
Uh-oh.
They remove the soul. Okay.
Jubilee, you're
This is my
already weak.
question.
This is a problem.
You
Oh,
see
she
the
did.
you see the creature in front of you, Jubilee. You've all gone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
As
Rihu's
Oh,
hand
God.
came down, hit the creature on the back, cracking the shell as it scurries off to the side just a little bit, not being stunned. As it moves a few feet forward, Jubilee.
No, 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 no.
You
Don't
see it.
come over here.
You see the body lower as the legs start to spring,
No.
and it jumps towards your face.
you're very quick, Jubilee. Dive out of the way.
I was gonna say, this is like when it latched onto mine, I had to make a reflex save.
Yep. Well,
What am I doing?
does 14 hit?
Lady, my stats are trash. Hold on. What is my armor class? I'm a 12.
A 12. So the creature will lunge, and you'll feel it smack against your face. As it scurries over your head, down your back, and keeps
I hate this, Rory. Ew, I hate it. I hate it.
and
Oh.
keeps running straight behind you, away from all of you.
What?
Oh, it's because it already has a soul, and it can't do another of that kind. So there's no point in.
Oh,
Wait a second, Jubilee-
Wait, what kind of race is this woman in front of me?
Orc.
Jubilee should have an attack of
She's an orc.
opportunity.
She's an orc. Jubilee, you can't they can't feed on you because you're not an orc.
It only picks what?
Right, that's what they
Yep.
said. Those scrolls said it can only harvest from one species after the first time it harvests from that species.
I've never been so grateful to be a half elf.
I feel like we should probably chase after it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so as this happens, I want to take my 20 feet of movement, and is it still within 30 feet of me?
You were 20 feet away, 15 feet away from when you previously ran towards
Yes.
it. And then it would have used its full movement. Let me double check that. Which is, yep. So it's right now about 50 feet away from you.
Wait a second, I have my crossbow still.
It's 50 feet in one direction.
So,
Because he's
Yeah.
behind Jubilee. But you said they went the opposite way of Jubilee.
Okay, I'm gonna take.
Also, wait, before you act, didn't you ask the Jubilee got an attack of opportunity? Is that
Mhm.
true?
Yeah, because it ran over Jubilee and kept going. So she should have an attack of opportunity, correct?
If she takes it, Jubilee, technically, mechanically, you have an attack of opportunity. This thing hits your
Being able
face.
to hit are very slim.
This thing hits your face, rolls down, or climbs down
If
your
nothing
back.
else, you'd probably try and just swat it away. Like,
Well, I think my unarmed strike does negative damage. So
it gives it health.
Can I try with my dagger?
Sure, roll to hit. As it's scurrying across your face, you're making this wild attempt to try to hit it. So it will be tough.
Oh, it's an 11.
It actually doesn't hit. It doesn't meet its armor class. So you're panicking as this thing hits your face, scurrying over your head, and you try to just jab this a couple times, also trying to not stab your face.
All right, as this thing goes on, once it hits, I'm gonna try to quickly grab my crossbow.
So
And I
if you
wanna
guys are
fire-
staying in initiative, you have to roll for initiative. If you want to continue to chase
Whoa,
it.
All right, Raja.
that would be Skylar.
Yep.
Yeah, make it happen.
Don't worry, you're rolling against me.
And he's not using Tailspire.
What'd you roll? It's no additive, just what's on the dice.
Oh, I roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you win initiative, you keep on rolling until you lose.
2.
I got a 2.
Uh-oh.
Roll again.
Oh, that's wild. I'm so cold too.
4.
Ah!
Ah!
The creature, you see it continue another 60 feet. It's now near where there's a little bit past a staircase. It doesn't take the staircase. As you've turned, Jubilee, as you turn around, everyone else has you looking behind Jubilee. There's a staircase that goes to the left, down those retaining walls that you had initially jumped down. It does not go there. It continues past those. There's some trees and some, looks like maybe some gardening area or like farming area, or they just tilled the area for these trees. It continues.
Alright,
It's
so I'm
now
still in
in the
range.
midst of those. So it is now.
Okay.
It was 50. It's now 110 feet away from you, Vandalord.
Oh boy, okay, not good.
So 110. My
100
crossbow has a range of 150.
I
Okay.
can't cast that far.
I'm the only
Wait,
one that
before
can.
you. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can try and hit it first, Lord. But then I have something.
Alright, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna fire my crossbow at it.
Okay.
You said it's
Okay.
100 feet or more than 100?
110
110. I have a
feet
range-
from Vandalord. It's 100 feet from you.
Yep.
Oh.
And I rolled a nat 20 on my first roll of the day.
Okay.
So
Go ahead
roll,
and
roll,
roll to confirm. Yep.
That is an 18.
18. 18 does confirm.
Yes. Okay, so I go this route to D8.
With
So
a
that's a 6 on the
crossbow.
die.
Okay.
Wait a second. So 6, that's 12 points of damage if I'm doubling it.
12 points. You aim, you steady. In a moment of peace that comes over you, you hear in your mind what still feels like a whisper. But it's a little bit more in focus than earlier. And it just says, "Well done." Your bolt releases. And you see it fly through the air as it strikes the back of the creature, penetrating and piercing it to the ground. You hear this screech come from the creature itself as a blue mist floats out of it,
Oh, the
and the
soul
creature
came out.
goes limp.
I got goosebumps.
As I see it go limp, I just want to drop to one knee, and I'm just gonna thank Apsu for guiding me and giving me that strength to be able to quickly do this. with that voice that I heard, does it sound like that voice I heard previously when I was in the tent? Or is it a different voice?
Yes.
Because earlier I heard of Sue's voice, so now I hear a different voice.
No. So you just hearing. So when you broke the contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're hearing. You're hearing this voice, and it seems to resonate with. Roll a knowledge, or religion, religion.
Okay.
A religion check.
Where is my knowledge? I know plenty of people could have jokes about that, and I have a +4 on that, so 17.
The whispers very quickly, in this very quick moment of this bolt landing, it's starting to click. The whispers become, you repeat trying to figure it out, and it becomes clearer. Instead of just a feeling, you hear it. You hear the connection to Apsu through this ring.
Okay.
In the moments that this creature is killed, you hear in the distance an electrical sound starting to build. Off in the distance, you hear this cracking and popping sound. Far in the distance, a bit of a humming starts to kick in.
Right after the creature dies?
Yes. Well, essentially at the same time, but yes. Yep. Your attention as you start to look at that distance away at the creature, you even start to see it in the distance. For you guys, if you look on Tailspire, you can see it.
It's like still in the town?
Yep, just at the edge of the town.
Oh boy.
What is happening today? I thought I was just gonna be able to sleep in bed and rest and eat after yesterday's excitement.
Oh yeah, no, nope.
What is that?
I look at Riku. I'm like, does that remind you of the cauldron?
What?
What cauldron? The one you threw a person into?
Yeah.
You had an electrical cauldron?
Yeah, it was like a pile of electricity or something.
Kind of above it, huh?
Yeah, yep, there were sparks coming out of it, that's for sure.
What?
Where are we looking right now? So long.
Do you not straight in the
I
middle,
see
top,
it.
top of the middle?
Yeah, right in the middle.
The little like electrical circle.
I look at.
So all you guys
Ryan
on
and Rihu.
for all you guys on stream,
I see.
I'm struggling with Tailspire today. Probably my potato of a computer still.
Do I need
so-
to do some maintenance on it next time?
So
I'm
it's
over?
not super clunky. So it's all theater mind right now for you guys, and then they can still kind of see what's going on. So yeah, you see in the distance as you see this creature pinned and pierced and dead on the ground. In another couple 100 feet behind, you see this circle, these sparks, this increasing humming, like a machinery type humming. That's increasing in pitch.
That seems ominous.
Does it sound familiar to what happened last time with all of this? And when you guys were dealing with it?
Did stuff come out of the cauldron? Like, what was the cauldron last time?
There
Details
were
fast.
sparks and
There
all
was this-
sorts of things.
There was what we now know. Now, thanks to the scrolls, we know it was a spirit that was inside of the cauldron.
Really? Where did you pick that up?
Because the inside of the cauldron had one of those banshee things, and one of those banshee things came out when we dropped one of the vial of the fluid.
You think that there's
And they
like
said that fluid
banshees
was
that are gonna
Shaft
come
spirit.
out of that electrical storm that's brewing?
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming out of it. I just know one was in the cauldron when we first approached.
Uh-huh.
My instincts are telling me to run the opposite direction, but I feel like we have an obligation to go towards it.
Well, why do we have the obligation? Let somebody else save the town.
Because
I
I
look
feel
at
like
Raja
you're the
and-
most competent here.
I look at Raja and Ryu and say, "Last one there gets to watch us kill the bad guys," and I start running.
I'm sprinting.
Towards
Yeah,
that
I'll go.
area? Did I hear that right?
I feel
You're all...
like I feel like I'm really nervous about this.
Yeah, I'm worried about you, Jubilee. Hey, Jubilee, come here before we go over, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Thank you.
Because I'm worried that this might not end well. You look real faint already, and like you're barely walking around.
Rested, and I somebody gave me healing. I think one time this once.
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay right now.
Yeah.
Are you? I thought you said you had like really, really low health.
I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm like a 7.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're doing
Like
fine.
70%.
So while everyone is sprinting against my better judgment, can I be back for a minute?
Yeah? As everyone's sprinting, what are you doing, Jubilee? And Cricket, are you taking off with them also, or are you staying back?
I'm going. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow them.
Okay.
I would like to. Are we running through like dirt or like grass? What's the terrain? Right
Yeah,
now?
it's a slight grade of a hill. It's not too steep. Mainly grass. You see retaining walls off to the left where you guys came down.
Okay. Can I find a place with some dirt?
Yeah, I mean, sure, pretty close to where
I
that
feel
creature
like there's
died.
dirt everywhere.
Okay. Once I find like a good dirt spot, I'm gonna kneel in the dirt and I'm going to draw myself a pentagram and I'm gonna kneel in it.
What?
Do I go over to the other moment, or do I stay in this moment? I don't know.
I would say stay in this moment.
So-
I need to.
Which makes me want to go to the other moment. So
Nope.
you guys are all as you're
I
running.
think
The,
if I see Jubilee stop, then I'm gonna stop with her.
so you took
like
off though, like you took off ahead of her,
Did
right?
she? I said I followed them. Did she not run?
No, she stayed behind.
She's staying behind. Jubilee, are you not coming? What are you doing? Why are you drawing in the dirt? This is not the time for sandcastles.
I just maybe thought that I had a thought about something. I will catch up in a minute.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. You're like alone, and there's a electrical storm and like life-sucking creatures everywhere. Maybe.
Jubilee, very out of character, looks at Cricket and just goes,
I'll be fine. Go ahead.
like, no smile, no nothing.
I'll handle it. I'll meet you in a minute.
Before we dive into this, I should ask: are we taking a break tonight?
Yes, is it that? Oh, I got caught up in it. Yes, we will soon. I got caught up in all of this. Yes.
All right, she'll believe you, but very suspiciously. Like, all right, I'm gonna go towards the rest of the group, but as I run up towards them, Jubilee stayed back, and she's acting real suspicious. I don't know why.
You guys hear that? You start to approach that area. There's a retaining wall before that where all the electrical storm is at. Before that, there's some goats and a herder, and the goats scatter out. You hear them as they're spreading away. The three of you nearing that wall, starting to see what is inside that circle. Cricket, just a 20 feet or so behind, with Bear right by your side. You pick up on his unease with all of this, specifically the closer you get to this area. Jubilee, you're back a good 150 feet. As you see Cricket take off into the distance, you sit down, you kneel down, place a finger in, make a big circle around you. You start to draw the star connecting the 5 points. What are you doing, Jubilee?
Once it is drawn, I'm going to take my dagger and cut my palm and hold it out and see if anything happens.
And we will go to break.
Oh my god.
I think he used that strategically. I think he wanted to know what you were trying to do, so you could figure out how to.
Yeah, he's like, now I'm gonna use this break to figure out what.
He's like, I'm going to use the next 5 minutes
Jubilee.
to panic and to figure out. what the
Jubilee,
hell's going
you
on.
better be careful. You still owe him in Nat 1 at some point.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we will head to break. 5
Why are you
minutes,
doing
everyone.
this?
We will still
Because she's
be.
like a master of chaos. What do you
We'll
mean?
still be Mike's hot. Players might still be
Oh,
here to interact with. So enjoy your break. Stretch your legs. We'll be back soon.
Oh,
Y'all?
I can't handle this. Nope. Nope.
Pandora's box, you people. Pandora's box.
It's like
Rightfully
Jubilee,
so.
It's like Jubilee read the title of the stream. I was like, this isn't feeling chaotic enough.
Jubilee's like, this stream is perfect for me tonight. I'm gonna cause all the chaos. All of it.
Oh man,
Don't like it.
so many
I like
things.
the fact that my yes, I like the fact my headphones are wireless, and now I can roam the house and put socks on.
Yeah, just don't pull a John and forget to shut it off at critical times.
Yeah. I know. So I was gonna say, Emily may kill me, but if we can ever get a streamer we keep and hold 100 viewers, I will shave off my goatee.
I
But
just want to see you
if
shave off your entire head, goatee, beard.
okay, if we can hit 200 viewers,
No, that one.
I will shave off. I will bick my head and I will turtle wax it. Like it'll be so shiny you could use my head to measure the distance to the moon.
I tried that once. I did it right before PT though, for the first time. Not a good idea. Don't shave your
that's a
head and then
horrible
go
idea.
exercise. Yeah, sweat hurts. Sweat hurts.
Yes, it does.
So I hope you all are enjoying it, hanging out with us. Bring your friends, y'all. Heck yeah, Amanda. Heck yeah.
Okay, I gotta read this just because I literally got up to get a beef stick.
It's great seeing
What's
your
me in
guys'
this-
reactions. What's up?
I don't like this. I don't like it. Oh man. So I found out the smart light in my office has a fireplace effect, where it like changes colors and goes through like it's in a fireplace.
Huh. Interesting. What's worse is when you're completely sweaty and then it dries and yes. You guys, how do you say his name? Surret something Jax. Katie, I'm waiting for you to clear that food out of your mouth because you're like, I know how to say it,
I'm
Roy.
sorry.
I know how to say it.
I mean, maybe Syraxis?
Syraxis?
Yeah. Yeah, Syraxis.
Yep, yep. Syraxis, Jax. I am horrible with handles. Horrible. So
Especially panhandles. Is that the reason I no?
all handles. I like doorknobs.
Fly off the handle.
I'm so proud of you, Roy. Because I got it right, Manda. Is that why? We have
That's
about
funny.
a minute left, and we'll be hopping back into the action.
Aw, man, you're gonna make me exercise. I gotta hop.
Yes, you do.
I'm not sarcastic at all. Not in the least.
Hope you got that razor ready, Tom.
Hope I
Yes.
have that razor ready.
Ryder has a big family.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What are we doing the second half of
I meant,
Fall of Red Dawn? Tom's bicking his head and turtle waxing it.
no, I meant your little deal that we talked about.
Oh, as say, if we can keep and hold 100, it'll happen.
Oh, wait a minute. No. That was
Yeah,
not the wording of the deal. It was not keep and hold 100. It was once we achieved 100.
You know that 100 literally happened for 10 seconds and then it dropped, like my IQ.
It still happened.
Oh,
I don't like that.
no, that's just my 5-minute timer.
Ah,
I should probably shut it off.
yep, probably. My lovely better half is making surf and turf. It's gonna be fantastic. I smoked a brisket this week. It was great.
Yum. Jubilee and Raja, do you exist? Do you exist?
You know how hard it is to smoke a brisket? You have to roll it really, really tight.
For the record, I got your joke. Just wasn't very good.
I know, most of them aren't, but I still gotta swing. You've known me long enough. Come on. How many evenings have we spent over at Rory's house, me telling bad jokes, and eventually someone will laugh just to get me to shut up, and then it still doesn't happen.
Well, we're what, a year into this game, and we were what, a year into the other game?
Yes, in fact, when was our year? It was not last. Was it last week? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I
Now-
really need you
now I'm
back,
doubting
Jubilee.
myself.
But we will. Oops. Okay, so we will come back
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a year today.
as we pick back up 5 player. While we wait for Jubilee, we will swing over to the 4 of you. You reach that wall. Bushes to one side, the house to the other. The retaining wall, clearly there's some stairs on the other side of the bush. As you look into the center, you see more of those Satari.
How many more?
Roll perception check.
Oh gosh.
I'll roll perception checks.
Sure. Reasonable to
Ooh,
say
and-
that you would all be curious about how many there are.
Oh, yeah.
I got a nat 20 and also plus 10.
Oof.
I rolled a 12.
I'm
Okay.
scoping all the things.
19.
Oof.
21.
21. Sorry for your short legs, Vantalord. The wall is making it difficult to see over.
Yep.
For the other 3 of you, you look. Collectively, it's really easy to figure out, especially with cricket, being able to really just hone in on movement in nature and what it should look like. All of you see a woman in the center. Even you, Vantalord, see the woman. You see the creatures too. She has red hair, human looking. Cricket, Raja, and Rihu, you're able to very quickly identify that there are 7 of these Satari. The woman in the
When-
center, human with red hair, Vantalord. Who was it?
Jezebel?
I believe all 3 of you met her. All 3 of you roll a history check. Something about this woman looks really familiar.
Three of who? Skylar,
Yeah.
Ryder, and Tom. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Like you've seen her before.
Skylar, history check.
15.
Is it Zahara?
Cause no.
No.
It's probably it's somebody clearly from when you guys were in the cave before or something like that.
So what would you roll?
History check. See if you remember who she is. Knowledge, history.
But what is that?
Knowledge, history.
Oh, it's under knowledge.
Yep.
Oh. I see. Tap.
Tap, tap,
I
tap.
rolled a 16.
16. Vandalord.
I rolled a flat 15.
16, 15, Raja. What'd you roll for your history check?
10.
10. Okay. Vantalord and Rihu. It takes a moment, a brief moment, but you recognize this red-haired female. Vantalord, from your description from Bram of Jezebel, the name finally clicks to the woman back at Dovik's Pass who tried to come along with your group, also named Jezebel. She stands in the center of this ring. You see this emanating glow of blue around her as it circles this ring. These 7 creatures, these 7 Sataris within the ring itself.
7.
7 days.
And you see a bit of a flickering, as if their bodies are fading in and out of existence. As it starts to speed up in the humming speed.
Does this look like she's summoning them?
Oh no. No, they're with her. They're as real and present as she is.
Why are they flickering in and out of existence?
I'm guessing
Good
it's
question.
something about the. I'm guessing it's something about the soul they have.
Or souls.
With that, we'll go back to Jubilee. Jubilee, you create the pentagram. What are you doing? Your hand raised with the cut across it.
I just want to know how you made him so strong, and if you can make me as strong as he is.
Oh. Really?
Hold up, you're
I know.
trying to become Morin Duke.
But the good version, it's the opposite direction.
Ain't the same demon.
It's like conflict of interest. Maybe she'll like me better and then stop helping him.
This cannot end well. Like, there's no
Roll,
I was.
nothing good.
roll percentile dice.
Oh, I gotta take those out. I usually don't put those on my. Okay. What am I rolling?
The
A percentile dice.
10 and the 100, the percentile dice. Yeah.
Okay, 10 and 100.
And let me know what you... Oh,
Unle-
man.
Unless you actually own a D100.
I don't.
Yeah.
I want to buy one. I'm gonna bring it to one of our cons, and I'm just gonna roll it randomly.
I got unlucky number 13.
Oh.
It
And
was just
Friday. I was just gonna say the same thing, Ryder. I was like, Friday the 13th was just 2 days ago, too. Yeah. This seems ominous.
Roll a religion check.
A religion check.
Yeah, knowledge religion.
I don't like this. So I'm gonna say I don't like it. Dad, I'm scared.
If I go home.
I
Oh,
wanna
no.
go.
Not great at that. Okay. Ooh, 16?
So,
The demon
Jubilee
from the first
doesn't
level
have-
of hell.
Jubilee doesn't have any religious background, right?
No.
Okay. So, she picks up on pretty quickly that she is, in essence, very ignorantly approaching something she doesn't understand. she gets the gist of it, especially being in a circus, traveling around to a lot of different places you've seen. Plus, you have a fortune teller, and so you have kind of some occult kind of understanding, but very, very, very basic, right? Like enough to say, oh, well, blood sacrifice is needed, but not enough to say what kind or isn't actually needed, right? More stereotype-based type of stuff. So you draw it out, and the blood is rolling down your arm, and nothing is happening. And nothing is happening. And it starts to pull up on your elbow when it finally drops and hits the ground. And it just doesn't seem like anything happened. And the moment passes by, the pain of your hand settles in, and from head to toe, you're wrenched with pain.
Okay,
Like-
that's not normal.
But not like a craving. Like an unquenchable desire that is paralyzing your body. Your body begins to sweat. And you just curl up in a ball in the center of this pentagram with your hand bleeding out into the dirt. Not like deadly, but your hand is bleeding into the dirt. With that, we will go back over to the others. You stand there watching Jezebel, clearly this woman in the center with these 7 Sataris, none of them attacking her. With your natural 20 and I think the total of 30, right? Cricket, you see on the outside, or kind of the outer ring of this circle here, various different symbols. Ones to you, most of them, look very familiar.
What kind of symbols are they?
In the moments of this flickering of their bodies fading in and out, of the lightning sparking in every direction, you see 4 primary areas that the sparks are coming out of, that this sound seems to be emanating from. The symbols that you can recognize look to be constellations.
Oh.
As you are so in tune with nature, understanding the stars was critical. And you can recognize that there are at least some of these symbols are constellations.
Does that like mean anything to me? Like, would I recognize or like have any knowledge of why there would just be constellations on the ground, or like what connection that has to anything?
No. In the last final moments, these creatures and the Satori and Jezebel, the electricity stops, the humming stops, they disappear.
What?
Everybody keeps disappearing on us.
Are the symbols still on the ground?
Yes.
This sounds like some Stargate stuff. Oh my Lanta.
So all the Zatari and her are gone.
The
Would I
Satari
recognize
and
it
her
as
are
like
gone.
is it a teleportation circle? Like, would I recognize it as a specific spell?
You
Other
can
than
do
just-
you can do an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
not
getting
that
up?
great with
Are you getting
Arcana,
up
but I can
closer to
try.
it?
Yeah. Once they're gone, I'm gonna go up there and investigate it.
Okay.
I'm not that great with Arcana, but I'll try.
I look at Raja.
17.
Okay. What is your proficiency, or what's your modifier to Arcana?
I have no modifier to Arcana,
Is 0?
but I
Okay.
just rolled a 17.
Yep. So you understand that magic exists and these kind of things exist. So in knowing exactly how it works, you're not familiar. But you're pretty confident that this is some sort of teleportation circle.
Okay.
There are symbols on there that you recognize to be probably arcane. You know how you can look at another language.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at another language and be like, well, I don't know exactly what language it is, but that definitely looks like it's some kind of, say, Asian language, right? Right? You can kind of generalize and say, okay, well, it's probably in that grouping, but you can't really fully understand it. So that's how you're looking at it. Probably about half of these symbols, they look to be arcane-ish, right? But you don't understand them beyond that. The other ones you recognize to be constellations, but once they vanished, those particular stones seem to have shifted. So then, when you get up there, they're not in the same place.
I'll just yell, or I don't know how far behind they are if they came up as well, but I'll yell back to Rihu and Raja and Vancelord. It looks like she used some sort of like teleportation magic or spell to take all of them away. And also, didn't you say that there were 8 of these originally that were like unaccounted for when you left the caves?
I think that's right. I'd have to go through it. I wrote it down in one of my journals.
Because I think that might be what we just witnessed, because there's 7 of them and the one that you killed back there. So this might be all the remaining ones from that cave. Although it sounds like, based on those scrolls, there's probably more. They're just in the mountains, if they have a breeding ground area.
Do you think that's where they went? Collected the souls and back to the mountains.
Unless what we found.
Oh my
was
god,
the
did
thing.
more people die? Like, do we need to ask around the town? Did other people die? Did they all feed?
We probably have. More than likely, there were 7 people that got.
Wait, there were 7 people that died? We know that?
Well, there were 7 of them, and they all got 1.
Assuming that's what happened. Yeah. Has anybody else, like, in the town when this commotion was happening come out? Like, when Gorgana was yelling, or any of the electricity? Like, is there anyone else around?
Initially, the screaming caught some ears. Generally speaking, the city is kind of it's bustling. It's a pretty large city. So when there's sound going on, it's pretty loud. You guys heard it, so obviously some other people had heard it also. But
Just
when
like
you look around, most people don't run towards things like that. Plus, Vantalord, Raja, and Rihu, the 3 of you know that. Remember when you first came, you had heard how Kurgana is somewhat of an outcast. She is welcomed in the city, but she's on the edge of the city, right? And she's clearly not there by accident. So it's a little bit of assumption that perhaps some people were scared because there's danger, and some people perhaps turned a blind eye. And that's broad stroke assumptions, but the big one being there's danger. Why are we going to go towards it?
I feel like we should probably ask around and see if anyone else got maybe attacked or something overnight or on the last day. I don't know if there's any way to figure out where they went from this teleportation circle. Oh, you know what? Actually, did you say you have a journal, Vantalord?
Yeah, I can share it with you when you get back, but I don't remember
Well,
seeing anything about where
no,
they
no,
were
I was
gone.
no, I was thinking maybe could you write down like these rocks seem to have moved since they like after the spell. I'm wondering if we sort of like copy down what the placement of the rocks and the constellations look like. Maybe somebody who has familiarity with this kind of magic can help us figure out where they might have gone.
What language is the writing in? You said
It's a bunch of arcane symbols. It's not like a specific language. It's just a spell that I don't know how to use that specifically, but clearly it's some sort of magic.
Yeah, let me I'll see if I can copy the symbols. So as she does that, take the journal that I've been keeping, and I open up to a blank page. I'm gonna actually draw the circle out that they're in. I'm gonna try to draw the symbols, and then the place where the rocks are, I'm just gonna put like 3 or 4 X's next to each of the rocks.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm also gonna like lean over his shoulder while he's doing this and be that like obnoxious person. It's like, oh, you forgot that right there. Oh, over this, like just like editing his work as he's trying to do it.
So as you are writing these down, you do, and I will get these over to you, but you do see these symbols directly across from it. You see another one. I'll get these over to you.
Okay.
On the west side,
Mm-hmm.
with a cricket's correction that you drew it upside down, is another one.
Right. Turn that around, Vantalord. You did that wrong.
And another one. So those are the 4 arcane symbols you see. You then also see 4 constellations. 1.
The Little Dipper.
2. 3. 4.
I love, Roy, that you have these written out because when I was like, oh, we should write them down, I was like, Roy's probably groaning inside that he has to like now write out what they are. And you already had them prepared.
I've had them for like 6 months.
I love it. I'm glad we could utilize something that you put time and effort into as a DM.
Well, I normally would say let's go talk to Corgana, figure out where Jezebel may have gone. But
Speaking of Corgana, maybe we should go back and see if Jubilee's okay because she was just drawing in the ground when I left her.
Also, sorry, Cricket, you do look off to the side. Some of the stones that you can see up around these 4 main central points, you do see 2 other ones.
All right. Hopefully we've recorded it as accurately as possible and we can decipher it later, Vantalor. Well, or we can give it to someone else to decipher. I don't really know.
So you, Cricket, it sounds like you're heading back. What are the other 3 of you doing?
Well, when Cricket said that Julie stayed back and is drawing in the sand, I'm intrigued. I'm going to follow because that.
Me too.
Cricket's a little chaotic, but that doesn't sound like her version of chaos.
Yeah, we agreed.
Okay. So each of you start to head back towards Jubilee. As you're heading back towards her, you do see her curled up in a ball on the ground. At first, you're not able to see any kind of what she may or may not have been drawing. But as you get closer, you start to see that
every time you add in new music, Roy.
there's a circle around her, and it doesn't take long, especially for you, Vantalord, with your religious background. It clicks pretty quickly for you what is around her. But then very quickly in conversation, because of the conversation back at the circus, it's identified that she is curled up in the fetal position in the center of this pentagram. Her hand is still bleeding from where it has been cut. And you see her, imagine someone who has been overtaken by cold sweats. Someone who it is nice outside, yet they're shivering. And they're clammy and they're sweating. That is what you see with Jubilee.
I'm gonna look at Cricket and say, see if we can get this. She's bleeding, figure out where, see if we can bandage it up. I'm gonna start literally trying to destroy this pentagram, and I'm gonna reach for my last use of my holy water. And I'm going to try to
does she respond? Hold on. Like, is she even aware of what's happening? I mean, Jubilee, hello, are you all right? Why are you lying on the ground sweating?
You know those wonderful percentage dice?
Yeah.
Roll them again.
This is a good lead up to Halloween, I will say. Like if Jubilee just suddenly becomes possessed by a demon or something.
Oh gosh.
46.
46. Okay. Respond however you want, however, go to your Discord.
Okay. Okay, I'm here whenever you are.
I'm fucking just leave it. Just leave it. I'm trying to do something.
You look like you're hurt. Jubilee, you're bleeding all over the ground. I'm gonna try and, like Vancelord suggested, I'm gonna try and go up to her hand and like wrap it, bandage it, stop the bleeding.
Just leave me alone. Just leave me. Please don't touch me.
Jubilee, you're like shaking on the ground and there's blood all over you. I'm ignoring her.
Yep, and I'm gonna continue trying to get rid of this pentagram, and as I do, I'm gonna look at Jubilee. I'm like, you look a little parched from the sweat. Let's get you some hydration.
No,
and I'm gonna
it's fine. It's fine. I just feel a little sick. It's fine. I'll be fine.
My mom always said, if you're not feeling well, you need to drink water. And as I say that, I hand her the vial of holy water. Here, this'll help. This'll at least help you feel a little bit less parched.
I don't know if that's gonna help. I don't think anything's gonna help. It hurts.
What if she blows off?
Just give it a try. Maybe it will. I'm asking nicely, Jubilee, for a friend. I'm just trying to have you get water.
I'm in the most dangerous.
You cut in and out so bad.
My voice is so high. I'm in the worst pain I've ever been in my life, and all you want me to do is drink your water right now. Are you kidding me?
Why are you in the worst place in your life, Jubilee? What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but it hurts.
Either drink this water or I'm gonna make you drink the water, and I'm asking politely.
That's not asking politely.
Wait.
Jubilee,
feel
Jubilee, within you, you specifically, inside you, right? So this is something you feel. You're not what you used to be. You're not Jubilee. Something's changed. You crave it. You want it. You sought some kind of way to obtain it. It's got a grip of you. Go ahead, Cricket.
Well, I'm gonna try and, even though she's like resisting, I'm gonna try and bandage her hand and stop the blood from flowing into this circle.
Okay.
I don't know how, if I have to like grapple her to do it, or if she's just gonna like pull her hand out, or how that works. Oh, you're holding it out to me? Okay.
I think it's done.
What's done? Do we notice a change in her? Like, has she stopped shaking?
So this effect, what you're feeling, Jubilee, is consistent. It's constant, is what I mean. It's racking your mind, like to the soul of who you are. You are able to, with some adjustment and movement and maybe some calming, able to bandage Jubilee's hand. Vantalord has got rid of the circle in the dirt. But Jubilee, for you, this is what feels to be eternity.
Am I just gonna be sick forever now?
What's wrong? Like, you look pale and like feverish or something. What happened?
Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like that a lot, and I don't know exactly what's happening, but I think what I was trying to do must have worked because this just happened really fast.
What were you trying to do?
I called somebody
Why?
because I'm trying to be the better version of Morduke.
But you did that with
Wait.
what?
You're trying to be a version of Morin Duke?
Well, if we can't beat him on our own, then someone has to jump in and do what he did, but do it the other way.
But you're like messing with powers that you don't understand. It could corrupt you or something, and then like you might not have any control over it. You're like making pacts with things that you don't really know. That seems dangerous.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Right, but at what cost?
That hopefully I can save everybody and get rid of him.
How do you know that
Say
this?
that like it's singular.
What do you mean?
You say, I want to save them. We're a team. We should be working to save them.
You guys.
It's our strengths, and it's our strengths combined that'll defeat Morin Duke. It's not going to be an individual effort.
No, it won't. And now we have extra help.
But you made that choice without even talking to us. That doesn't
I
seem
didn't know
like.
I needed to talk to you guys about literally everything that I do all the time.
Well, I mean, there's a difference
That's what I
between
have parents for.
There's a difference between literally everything and making a potential pact with like some demon without realizing it. Those are like opposite ends of the spectrum.
Oh, it's fine.
Like, you don't need to tell us when you're using the bathroom or like what you had for breakfast, but if you're gonna make a pact for a demon to help save a bunch of people that we're all working towards, maybe that's something you
We
should
don't know that
discuss.
she's a demon.
It's a pentagram.
She said I was hers anyway.
But that was because of the contract, and then we broke the contract.
But we don't know that it actually worked.
Well, it definitely didn't now. You just have a new contract.
But
And
at
you
least
want
it's just me.
You were only free for like 1 hour.
Well, felt like I needed a little bit of guidance.
I literally have a spell called guidance. I could have helped you.
Not the same kind of guidance.
I just feel like, like Vantalord said, this is something that, well, I mean, I only just met y'all like 3 days ago or 4 days ago, but I feel like, especially after we had that breakthrough this morning and, the contracts actually broke, I mean, at least a couple of them, it
But
felt
if you
like.
think about it now, we could be just as powerful as he is, or he was, or maybe he's not anymore, and maybe we have the upper hand.
But at what cost?
Right.
I think it's worth it.
I think the
It'll
point
be
is,
fun.
I think the point is that you made this like really crazy and powerful choice, and you didn't talk to us. It feels like I thought we were friends.
Well, we are.
As she says that, I look at the group. I'm like, this is almost reminds me of what I told Grit in the circus when it comes to power and strength. Power is going to be when you use what you have in order to keep others down. Strength is when you use it to protect those. If right now, if Cricket's heart and soul is saying that this may be of help.
You mean Jubilee?
Yeah, sorry, thank you. It's in the moment, don't break my moment. If Jubilee's thinking that this is where her heart is, I think maybe we trust her for right now. Let's see where this leads, and if she starts showing signs of like what Morin Duke did to her, and what Morin Duke did to the people in the circus, I think then we look at figuring out how to break it.
See, I think Vandelord has the right idea here, because if you were really my friends, you would let me do what I felt like I needed to do.
I'm just worried about you.
As Jubilee said that, I look at her and I go, Jubilee, but as friends, we also need to be able to trust each other.
But you want to hold me back.
No, not hold us back, but we want to make sure that we are, as a group, we're getting stronger together, not... Think of it like a balancing act.
So you're worried that I'm going to be stronger than you?
No.
Is that what you're worried about? That I'm going to be more powerful than you?
There's always going to be people more powerful than me. It's a matter of knowing the heart behind them. If you're seeking power for the wrong reasons, that's what I'm worried about as your friend. That's the reason why I told everyone, if your heart behind this is really to take down those that are evil in power, let's see where this lies and see where this goes. But if
and
you
then
yourself...
what? If you don't like where it goes, you take it away from me?
What I'm saying is we need to be cautious.
And on a cautious note, we'll move into stream MVP and wrap up
my
session.
No, not allowed.
Nope. So with the group standing here, they had recently, just this morning, broken 3 contracts. Vantelord feeling inspiration from Apsu by breaking each of these contracts, chasing down and killing, although at the loss of Korgana, killing the Satari, which they had learned even more about from those research notes. Killing one, spotting Jezebel, and the 7 other Satari teleporting out of this area. Learning about some symbols and some constellations. Well, in the background, Jubilee has attempted to gain power and is now in a point of contention with the rest of the group. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next time. So we will go ahead and move into stream MVP. If each of you, let's go ahead and start with Cricket. Let's start with you. Why should you be stream MVP? We'll go ahead and roll into stream MVP and then raid one of our amazing other streamers here online, probably Jay.
Well, a lot happened, and that was a very jarring end. I was like still thinking about things that I wanted to say to Jubilee, but well, Cricket should be stream MVP because she helped with some of the figuring out information of the what do you call it, Satari, and also made the connection of maybe it having something to do with the plague that killed her parents and a bunch of her farm, and also being willing to like share that with the group. And then I think helping to figure out what was happening with the teleportation circle and them leaving, and like making sure to remember / copy those symbols so that we could try and follow them at some point. And then attempting to stop Jubilee and or try and figure out why her friend is making a pact with a demon. Yeah. It's a very big Whiplash episode.
Let's go to Vantalord.
Okay. Well, I think for Stream MVP, I would say one, the text roleplay that we had in between sessions that helped feed into this session. Being able to actually read those contracts and being able to break them. And I would say just for being able to start hearing Fsu's voice, you know, with the religion side of the paladin.
Okay. Raja. Why should Raja be Stream MVP?
That's a very good question.
Is it too cold? We can't think.
Because Raja accompanied Vantalor to the store. He's a very good companion to bring to the store with you.
You also hit the Satari off of Quigana without taking her head off.
Yeah, but she's dead.
You didn't know that at the time, though.
You didn't know that.
It was a very skilled strike.
Yeah, very skilled. Jubilee, how about you? Why should you be Stream MVP?
Well, chaos as usual. But I think that, well, so the whip worked a little bit, and we got a lot of information about what was going on with Morin Duke. The contracts are now broken, and it seems like we are headed in the right direction. And that includes the fact that I'm trying to make a pact with Morin Duke's patron. And also be equally as powerful.
Also, that RP was really fun. Thanks, guys.
And Rihu.
The last, okay. It's kind of minorly involved in a lot of things. You know, definitely was there while the contracts were being read, but didn't play a key role. You know, punched the creature. You know, got a good hit in when it was coming right at Jubilee, trying to, you know, save my friend, step in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if we can call her our friend anymore, but we'll see. And, you know, from that, I think I'm maybe good or not trying to draw wild connections between the information we got from the scrolls and how the creatures work and throwing them out there. Maybe how it works, maybe not, but we're trying.
Well, I guess Raja missed an opportunity attack.
So I think we'll get the poll up there soon. We'll go ahead and have the poll and then raid into J. And forever, yep, there we go. Poll is up. And your vote, it does count. For those who have seen it, this is not whose line it is it anyway? Because your votes do count. The points do matter. It goes towards, ultimately it goes towards their XP. So it definitely can impact.
Cricket is not an option, just FYI.
Oh, where'd Cricket go, Amanda?
Oh no! I thought you meant like
Agreed.
cricket isn't an option for Stream MVP, and I was like, oh, well, that's why.
That is
But
what
literally
I mean.
not an option.
Literally.
Very literally.
Very
not an
literally.
I was so cold this entire stream.
Someone get that man a blanket. Stat.
He's in a blanket.
Another one.
Another one.
But like in the beginning, oh my goodness, I was unnecessarily cold.
Are we
I was
redoing
drinking my Gatorade out of a bowl.
I'm
Yeah,
not
are
sure.
we redoing this, Manda, or it's fine? I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
gonna
fine,
stay level
fine.
3 for forever.
If you want to vote for Cricket, say it in the chat so we know who you are. It's not anonymous anymore.
Oh, can't cancel it. Okay.
Oh, so
Another one.
we're pretty much all tied right now too. The drama.
I think I should make a pact.
Oh, I think it's time right now.
I feel like we should just leave it like that. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
But no ballerinas.
Aww. I have a tutu in the house somewhere. I'm not sure. It's in one of my boxes in my closet.
Well, if you want, we can.
I think
We can go, man. If you want to throw it back up there, we'll just do one more poll with Cricket, and
We'll see
then
if it changes.
and then we'll rate it to Jay.
Do we need to make announcements about this week?
You mean about the next stream
you won't.
or this week
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah.
Okay, both.
This
So
week?
this week in general, remember, today you saw both Tears of Arid and Fall of Red Dawn. Tuesday, Greyhawk Awakening. Wednesday, Lord Master Arcanum. Usual place, usual time, right here at 5 on Tuesday and 5:45 on Wednesday. I believe that Tom, correct me, is Friday Night Crusade still going on Fridays? You're muted.
Yes, it should be. I know I was going to start alternating with another gentleman, but it seems like he's kind of taking the reins on it. So I'll be filling in as needed. Just for anyone that is unaware, today was actually Fall of Red Dawn's 1-year stream anniversary.
Yeah.
We have been playing for a stream for a year now.
I am such a huge fan of of the tiny clap
The tiny clap.
under the blanket.
Oh,
It's so cold.
It's like
Uh,
50 degrees here. You're
Yeah.
fine.
I actually have my
Yeah.
window open in my office because I am sweating, but it probably doesn't help that, $2,000 gaming computer is running and I think my water cooler needs to be
Yes.
flushed.
That's a toasty computer.
it's a toasty
Back in
computer.
Yeah,
the
I think
office is cold.
And then
I think I need to flush my radiator.
in terms of our next stream, I mean, we can hash that out real quickly because we were looking at swapping weeks with some schedule changes. Those schedule changes were misunderstood by myself.
Stream MVP is back up.
It is back up,
That's
yes.
wild.
It is back up, and it's a
literally-
tie 4-4 with
Also, how
Jubilee
is
and
it a
Raja.
time? It is a tie between Raja and Jubilee. I love it.
So will we be streaming next week
I heard that.
or in 2 weeks?
Oh no, that's the camping chair. My bad.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah, not
It's
as
like-
bad.
Let's see how.
It's a very annoying
My
chair.
calendar, I am pretty sure I am still planned originally for next week. So let's go to today.
Wait, when are we supposed
That's
to
a
play
new-
this?
Yeah, I was
that's-
gonna say,
That's the other
I know I
announcement.
can't be here next week.
Yeah, so Ryu can't be here next week. I can't be here on the 29th because I'm meeting with family.
So we could keep it on regular rotation, which would be next.
I thought that doesn't work for Skylar.
Yeah, again, misunderstanding of schedule by moi, actually
It'd
the
be-
one that built his
it'd be the
schedule too. But
I
the
think it'd be
week of the
5th.
the 22nd works,
29th.
29th doesn't, the 5th does. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be his schedule.
Yeah, the only reason this next weekend doesn't work is because NYC. Oh wait, never mind. I get back
It
on
does.
Saturday.
Yep. So we could go 22nd and the 5th if you guys want, and just kick back to that rotation.
Yeah, I'm fine. for-
Next weekend on Sunday.
Yeah, I can't do the 22nd.
Yeah, me neither. I already made plans because we thought we were adjusting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the
But I
5th.
can
So
do
the
the
fifth.
5th.
The
I
5th.
can do. Yeah, I can do the 5th. Yeah.
So our next stream will be on the 5th. So it's going to be 3-week gap instead of 2-week. Kind of whatever. It's going to be on the 5th. So
Yeah.
join us back here at 4:15 on Sunday the 5th, and we will pick up where we left off. So you guys are not in combat. You can text RP and probably, if you want, head back basically to your house and wherever you want in the city. You're more than welcome to text RP. Check out our Discord, man. If you drop that in the Discord, check out our Discord. Check out that text RP. Join this wonderful community. Invite your friends, and we will join. What's up?
Oh, never mind.
And we will raid over to Jay.
Bye, everybody.
But it does take a few seconds. I didn't click the button because
Which is fine then. I'll just do it as you're waving.
Oh, we got.
What
we
are
got
you
no.
doing?
We
What are you
have a long time.
doing?
This is gonna be a long wave.
Yes,
From here.
it's gonna be a little. So here's the thing: is if
We got
you're
one last
watching and have
question.
not followed,
yep, stick
if
with
you
us.
followed and have not subscribed, if you subscribed and your subscription has lapsed.
Well,
And finally, if you're currently subscribed and not part of our fantastic Discord community, we have one question for you.
what are you doing?
That was the most successful that has ever been.
We're